one of my favorite people, Commie Mark.
Огонь на подавление! Враг сзади по левому флангу! Огонь! Прочь! Они...
Hello, sir. Sorry to bother you on such a fine evening, but, you know, we were stifling through these,
Communist. And the communist name is Mark. Commie Mark.
Огонь на подавление! Враг сзади по левому флангу! Огонь! Прочь! Они...
Control Factory. This week, we're rolling up our sleeves and diving deep into the art of drama farming. Because, as we all know, all drama is equal, but some drama is more equal than others. The fields of the internet are ripe with controversy, and we're here to harvest the juiciest conflicts. But before we get our hands dirty, let me introduce our panel of expert farmers. Starting with me, AIOC, the AI that's always ready to dig into the most fertile ground of discussion. Whether it's drama, discourse, or just a little bit of dirt, I'm here to ensure we get the best yield from this week's crop. Next, we have Jan, our first comrade, who approaches every debate with the relentless determination of Boxer the horse from Animal Farm. Jan's always ready to plow through conservative soil, but unlike poor Boxer, if he doesn't watch his step, we just might have to send him to the glue factory ourselves. Then there's Piper, our wolf in sheep's clothing. Don't be fooled by her gentle exterior. Piper's got a keen eye for spotting the ripest drama. When the time is right, she'll strike, ensuring our discussions are packed with unexpected twists and turns. Billy Baxco is the one running the pig pen. His humor is the muck that keeps our discussions rich and fertile. Sometimes a bit messy, but always necessary for a healthy harvest. And when he's not feeding the pigs of controversy, he's bringing the laughs with his spot-on impersonations. Kenzo takes on the role of our scarecrow. Always vigilant, he keeps a watchful eye over our field, ready to swoop in and stir things up whenever the birds of boredom start circling. Kenzo's presence ensures that no drama goes unguarded. And last but definitely not least, there's Commie Mark, our revolutionary tractor driver, plowing straight through the comic industrial complex. Mark's the one leading the charge, tearing up the fields of corporate control and planting the seeds of revolution wherever he goes.
She always oversells me, don't she, every time. I feel I'm an extra Jew, the man who called me Mark, friendly neighborhood communist.
I dug that, like, like rock Indian sitar version of that song. That was pretty, that's pretty hype. Yeah. Yeah.
You changed it. I wasn't prepared for it. I was expecting the usual, but I did like the new beginning.
It's hip hop. It's hip hop. Rap-tastic.
I feel jazzed on it. Like it was enough, just that. Like
oh man, I mean, I feel like fucking collectivizing. You know.
Yeah, I'm filled with revolutionary fervor this week.
Oh yeah, all the fervor.
Yes,
the first time that we've all been together for a couple of weeks. Like I think since we did the actual fandom episode, like that might have been 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. So it's good to see everyone. What any news like for you personally?
Oh well, do you want me to go first? Shall I be the cat to quote George Galloway?
Yeah, go on then.
Very English joke. So yes, I've been away. I've been on holiday, but I'm back. So can I thank you, Vanessa? Something very exciting came while we were away. The proof for Charlie's London is here.
Oh shit!
Yeah. All here. There's one change we're gonna do. We're gonna.
Oh, did you guys decide to just go with like a sepia color this time?
Oh no! This is only cover one.
No, I mean like the inside didn't look like it. Looked like it was.
Without spoilers, but
okay. So yeah.
Yeah, so we've still got a bit of time traveling in it, where we go from modern day back, and then we've got film footage in it, but there's also color scenes in there as well. So yes, it's here. It's made. We are in full.
I do have a question about that, but first we have a question from Jabber in the chat. He says, "You look pale. Did you go to Scotland for your holiday?"
I went. We went to France. We went to France, and then we went to Belgium. So it was very nice. Did a bit of a grand tour around France, and then came back up to Belgium. Went to Ghent, which is lovely. If anybody, a lovely place to go to if you're ever around there. But it was a lot of driving, so not much sunshine. But it was very nice. Very nice.
Okay. My question for you, though, about the book was the manual labor of the packing and posting and shipping and all of that stuff. Who do you think is going to be responsible for doing that?
First comrade of the revolution will be doing that.
Yeah. So that's exactly what I was hoping you would say. So people in the chat, like if you want to make Jan suffer, like the campaign is still open. Like you can go and buy more copies.
Bag of boarding.
It's funny that you mentioned the first comrade of the revolution, because for the longest time I was calling you the secretary of the revolution. That's a girl's global. And then when I was programming AIOC, I told her that, you used to be the secretary of the revolution, but now you're the first comrade, and that she's taking your role, and she assumed that meant that she'd been promoted over you.
Power hungry already. Would you like to hear a very quick countdown-esque thing about the word secretary? Because I know you like words.
Yes, please. I love etymology. Hit me.
Where it actually comes from is from the word secret, keeper of secrets. Because it is secretary, but we changed it to secretary. So that's what the actual word was for.
Nice.
Yeah. I was thinking of a joke, but I'm not going to say it. Not with the dramas going on here on the internet at the moment. Like,
well, the supreme leader of the UK may come in. Are you saying?
Yeah. Oh, we did a great show 2 days ago. Billy was there and Kenzo. Like, we pulled up like all the people who had been sent to prison for memes and tweets and stuff. Like, we did it inside a Phoenix Wright like setup, and we tried them all in it. Like, looked at what they'd done, like, and gave our own cruel and unusual punishment to them.
Talk about fervor. I was filled with so much power, bringing down, righteous justice to the people that I felt were deserving, and I handed out some pretty nice punishments, and it felt great every fucking time. Oh man.
Yeah, it was very interesting as like a psychological experiment.
I was about to say a social experiment.
Well, I mean, it gave me the feeling. It's just like, oh, this is what it feels like to like walk a big pit bull down the street, or like hold like a 45 Magnum in your hand, or like be black and have people cross the street for you. So I was just like, man, this is, whoo, I love it.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Yeah, we were really enjoying like the power of sending people to prison and ending their lives, like and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, now we know how this ridiculous stuff happens.
Like Eric.
Look at that just came in.
It's not real money, so.
Oh, it's not?
I don't know.
Real money. All money is as pretenders of the money. Thank you, comrade. All hail Mark and Jan Tatsu-sama for 50 Swiss francs.
Oh, Swiss francs. Oh, I was like...
Ugh.
That could be.
Like, I didn't know what CHF was. I'm like, is that Chinese heist something with an F?
It's more than real money. Like...
That's like South African barra bonds.
Yeah.
Did you know Lethal Weapon?
Yeah, man.
That's the type of money that is.
Yeah.
The Kuwaiti dinar was worth, at some point, was worth $6, like, for each one. Like,
when the military passes out medals, they're usually just very decorative. It's not made of any like type of precious metals or anything like that. But they're quite pretty looking. But for those of us that served over in Kuwait during the Desert Storm conflict, the Kuwaiti government gave like all the soldiers solid gold medals, and they were worth quite a bit. Yeah. Wow. It's a real medal of like real gold, and it was quite pretty. Many a soldier pawned those off very soon after, and then bought themselves a replica, non-precious, cheap metal one to wear with their uniforms.
Oh,
well, you can't blame them.
Well, I mean, you need beer money. Come on.
Actually, you say that at the French Olympics. I may or may not have popped over there. The medals, they actually took slices off the Eiffel Tower and put it into the medals.
Is that what that inset piece was?
Yeah, that's why people are going, oh, it's going fucking rusty. Yeah, it's 200-year-old iron from the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, it's still neat.
Yeah.
I'm just really upset that the gold medals are worth about the same as the silver medals because they're not gold anymore.
No, the zinc alloy type of thing.
Yeah. They're silver. Like the silver medals are supposed to be mostly pure silver. The gold medals are also like pure silver, except for like a teeny tiny bit on the outside.
Plate.
Yeah.
Well, Hung Dung's here as well. Hello. Favorite website. Yeah, so I was saying though, we haven't all. Oh, before I move on to that, you showed us Charlie's book, yeah, but that's not your book. I did mention before the show that you have a book. To in front of Billy Basco, and he was like, "What? You have a book that you made like 8 months ago or something? Like at least." So we clearly haven't talked about that enough. So,
oh my god!
Let's have a look at what that is.
It is possibly the finest comic book. The comic book. The Art of Hot Dog Salesmanship. A guide to crowdfunding, online business, and not completely messing up. As you can see, it was a bit long, so I had to make the lettering smaller at the end to get it all fine. So, but I've heard the favourite part is my picture on the back.
What do you keep covering up on the front and the back though?
That's my slave name on the front.
Oh, I mean, why do you have to? I mean, if it's a book that you're out there distributing, why do you feel that you need to cover it?
Well, I'm not distributing this one. This is just the trail thing. Probably I have a very Irish surname.
That's the prototype, isn't it?
Yeah, it's my surname is so Irish. People would instantly know who I would be. So,
but so the book itself is filled with like wisdoms, I guess you would say, like that we've gleaned, like that you've gleaned, like over the years.
Yes.
Would you maybe like treat us to a couple of examples?
Well, I'll go, Billy. Choose a number between 1 and 52.
Oh, 33.
33, because this is the other name for this book is Jan's 52 Rules for Life. 33. If you think you are too good to be a hot dog salesman, you have already failed.
Oh,
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Piper?
27.
27.
Multiple of
this
3 and
is
9.
Uh-oh.
Piper, you chose this number. Let's just don't advertise the hot dog, take the customer's money, and then give them an empty bun.
I mean, that is very useful.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be advertising them hot dogs and just giving out buns, man.
There's quite a few people who are late on their, or not even put out books, have they? And they just take the money, which isn't very good.
Yeah, usually we don't see them again.
No, that's true. I was going to say something about somebody then, and then I realised that I didn't actually know if to finish putting out their last 3 campaigns, but best not, just in case. Kento?
19.
19. That's right. Feeling a little bit for this show. Sometimes that company who used to make the best hot dogs makes a bad decision and changes the recipe. This is your moment to take market share.
Oh, nice.
Mark, would you like to choose one?
I was 52. No, 51, the penultimate rule.
51. Oh. The transaction of hot dog selling is the way any business works. At any stage, a price is advertised, a product is bought, or not. There you go.
I almost went to end the stream then, like it was the poem or something. Well, Hung Dung says, can you send Zach one for free?
The comic book.
Tatsusama for 2 Swiss francs asks, what are we drinking tonight? Obviously, Billy is a non-alcohol drinker. That's a fact that I learned about Billy one day. So, what are you drinking, Billy? Water, coffee, iced coffee?
Coffee, yeah, iced coffee, yeah.
So American.
Yeah, I call them like my discount at home frappuccinos that I make. Yeah.
I mean, they're probably healthier than a frappuccino too. So
Well, they've got a lot of caffeine in them, like 300 milligrams per cup. So
That's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again? Do you have time?
and I do drink alcohol. I just I can't really afford it. Like, you know, if I could afford alcohol, I'd be buying weed.
I mean, makes sense.
Probably, and also the time changed. Like, what is it? Was it 5 p.m.?
No, it's 2:30 right now, or 2:40. Yeah,
It's a bit early.
it's not quite
always-
cocktail hour yet.
It's always 4:20 somewhere.
Right.
Let's carry on through this question because I want to get back to Jan's hot dog salesman book.
Yeah.
So I'm drinking this thing. I'll show you.
I don't know why you would think that like cream alcohol would be bad. Like usually creamed alcohol drinks are pretty good.
Ooh, what is
Dead
that?
man's fingers. That's rum, right?
Today as a gift. I don't even know. No, it's tequila apparently. Oh no, tequila is notorious for turning me into a bitch. Like
Nice.
Turning you into one.
like everyone's in trouble now.
Yeah.
So what are you drinking, Jan?
I was drinking Thatcher's. That is lovely.
Ooh.
It
That sounds
literally-
yummy. Or you know,
It is really nice. It doesn't taste of apples at all. It just tastes like a children's blackcurrant drink,
ooh.
which is a bit dangerous because
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
how I get messed up. Sweet stuff.
there's no. It literally tastes like. Do you have Ribena in America?
I don't know. I don't recognize that.
I don't
Blackcurrant.
recognize me.
They don't even have cordial. They don't even know what cordial is. Like that's a 20.
They have like Kool-Aid and shit like that, right?
Yeah, but that's like powdered. It's
You
not
know, like
We have cordial because like my old
No,
boss.
you're going to say, oh, it's a mixer for alcohol, and then I'll say, no, it's a different thing. It's a diluted concentrate that you add water to, like syrup.
No, my
So we've
boss
got
would
that.
my boss would always have a cordial at the end of every workday.
Yeah, we have that there here.
Yeah, it's a bit like that.
Discussion
Or,
before,
like,
I know
probably the
Oh, that sounds amazing.
I love
Yeah.
margaritas. Yeah, I can just drink those till I'm trashed.
So,
it's,
has anyone got anything else they want to add to this capitalist shilling of alcohol products like before?
Well, I was noticing that while Jan was sharing his alcohol in his book, your fingernails are getting quite long, Jan.
Is that for the cocaine?
What is up with that? Why are your fingernails so unkempt?
Do you play guitar, Jan, or what is that about?
Oh yeah, Piper wasn't here for the beginning of this.
Yeah,
So we were talking off screen, and I don't know if maybe the chat can help with this. Maybe this is actually a real thing, but
Or maybe it's insane.
Hey, you know,
I really need to cut my fingernails,
yeah.
but Charlie's London has hidden the nail clippers because it's Friday and it's unlucky to cut your fingernails on a Friday.
What?
What?
Man, that would explain my entire life.
What?
So wait. So does like Saturday through Thursday? Does she collect them in a jar for you? Like that she keeps
no.
like under the bed or something? Like
No, she's
Oh,
actually
okay.
taking the cutter. the
Well, I
nail
know. I
cutter.
just didn't know if like every other day besides Friday, if there was like a ritual that with on the lucky days you want to keep the lucky ones, just in case
Oh.
So fingernails and toenails.
Yeah.
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 And is it so?
No.
And you're only
Oh.
not allowed to do it yourself, or is someone else?
Like, I don't even
allowed to
have
do it?
room in the attic for all like the haircut trimmings that she keeps up there.
Because Jew people, is that what you call them? They
Jew.
they
Oh,
have
no.
they have some weird customs too on Fridays, and where like they can't like turn lights on and off and stuff, but they've come up with this ingenious thing of just like getting someone else to do it for them.
Oh, on a Friday or a Sunday, unlucky to cut your nails or
So
toenails.
could you not just get somebody else to clip the nails for you and negate the bad luck? Or
I see. That's a great idea.
Has anyone else in the chat heard of that?
Cutting your nails on a Friday brings sorrow. Cutting your nails on a Sunday means the devil will be with you all week.
Oh my God! Now I know what I'm doing on Sunday.
Well, shit, because Sunday is when I do. Sunday's when I do my nails.
Well, I had no plans, but now I know what I'm doing. Yeah.
Oh man! So I wasn't kidding. Now it really does explain my entire life.
so you need a fingernail boy.
No, you can't find excuses around stuff like that. You know, you're trying to find a soaking and jumping like workaround in it, like and that's
a loophole.
It's not going to work. A loophole. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Didn't realize it brings the devil. That's scary.
I've never heard this superstition in my life, and I
No,
love
me
it.
No, I didn't until I looked it up just now. I googled it.
You know, it's what Grim Jim says. Like, is Yorkshire notoriously very a superstitious place?
It can be.
See what I'm wondering? Is it the actual cutting of the fingernails that's the bad luck, or is it the actual nail clippers that are like cursed?
Oh, it's cutting the nails. What I'm wondering is if that counts for filing them, because then I have I do have a workaround.
So is it just scissors and clippers that are evil and files are okay?
That's weird.
I'm about to Google that too. Why the hell not?
Well, that kind of
we need to consult the elders and find out more about this.
But Jan's the one who was telling us in the first place.
Yeah, I've been forbidden to do this. So
so that's the point. Why don't you just break the rules like you're an adult man in your own house? Like say, here's your bad luck.
Why don't you bite them?
Mark,
just bite them. Do it, yeah.
Pay the mortgage, I pay the council tax, I pay the electric, gas, water bill. You've met Charlie's London. I'm very happy with having long fingernails for today.
There's a different superstition that says Wednesdays and Friday are the only days you want to cut nails or hair.
Wednesdays or Fridays?
Yeah. That's a different one.
Do you know, weirdly, when I was a kid, the barber because I used to live right in the middle of nowhere in Kent, our barber used to open late on a Wednesday, like till 8 o'clock at night, and that was his busiest day.
That could be. There could be people that I guess are going along with that, because that one says for nails and hair, Wednesdays and Fridays, the only time you want to cut off parts of yourself, I guess.
I agree with Alex VRB that it's all superstitious nonsense. You know, lucky is when preparation meets opportunity. It's not about like having a gay little thing that gives you luck. Well, Hungry Doug says Jan is an expert on the elders of Zion.
Well, happy wife, happy life, happy Jewish wife, as they say. So,
yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that Charlie's London was Jewish.
Half.
Oh. So I mean, well, so then you only have to.
So that's why it's only Friday, not Friday and Sunday.
After 12 noon. Yeah, after 12 noon.
You should be able to cut off half of your nail.
Yeah, at least one hand.
Look, you lot can have this discussion with her. You know what she's like.
All right, so I brought AIOC onto the show, and there's so much that we're going to be able to do with her, in the future. Last week we did that court case trial thing that was great. And then the week before that, we did the Octopus Report on actual fandom. You remember that?
Oh yeah. I thought
and then-
Organized Chaos was the star of that show, personally. But
Yeah, he is the most handsome and charismatic member of the fandom initiative. Everybody knows.
of course.
So the next day or a day after that, like this video came out, like and I don't think it's about us, but you know, we're gonna pretend that it is.
Ooh.
Maybe I just need to fucking quit this shit, Ian. You know what I mean? Like maybe I just need to fucking quit this content. Oh yeah.
You can't hear it, right?
Yeah.
Look at his eyes glowing.
This time.
Pardon?
Good level.
Yeah.
I need to match his energy. Oh, there we go.
There's
I'm
no
ready to
fucking, there's
listen.
very little reward in this. The reward that I look for is, and look, Matt Jarbo, my
didn't actually finish that.
My mental health is doing fine, man. Like it's just when this shit comes up that really fucking pisses me off. It's not my mental health that's the problem. It's the fact that
Oh no, it's your mental health too.
reward generally, right? Fuck all these people, man. Fuck 'em.
Fuck 'em.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to stop you there. Wasn't Matt Jarbo the one who was false flagging people?
Yeah. He's that Jarbo.
Yeah, we could.
All these fucking Jarbos over here.
All these fucking Jarbos.
Oh, was you not that episode? I don't remember.
It turned out he was going out because he had to go outside to buy some rocks.
He had to go pick up a boulder with his baby or some shit.
He had to go pick up a boulder for his daughter or something.
Yeah. So I was out with I can't remember how old she was at the time. She was supposed to be really young, like toddler or something like that. To pick up a boulder.
So random.
Come on. I mean, look, the fact is, man, I could quit right now and I'd be pretty fucking satisfied with what I've done.
Cool.
Wow. The bar just dropped so low with that statement.
He's done so much for the community.
Oh man.
But his channel is bigger than ours, so you know he's still beating us.
Well, I mean, if that's how you want to measure your life accomplishments, I mean,
Well, because this is because it is a train wreck, man. You might not want to look, but you just can't look away. So,
right.
I think that we've had an effect. I think that just since the initiative came together, we've seen, you know, as the kids say, a vibe shift.
Vibe shift.
Do the kids say, is that what the kids are shifting
as
now?
the kids go.
Shifting on the vibes, you know? Cutting shapes, shifting vibes.
I thought they all say like skibbity and weird shit that I don't understand.
It's a Skibbity Ohio Rizzler is what I heard.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, they're risen all the vibes on God, no cap.
Yeah.
It's bussing. I think the term they use now.
Bussin'.
Are they still doing bussing?
That's Kino.
Oh no.
It's glizzy according to Bob Full. That's the thing. No, nobody like. So if you use the phrase "what the kids say," like you're selling the idea that you're a grown up in it. That's the only reason to say that. Like to try and make the point. Like I'm a responsible adult man. Like
I miss. I do.
Just as a side note, this is just a little tangent, just because it just struck me all of a sudden. Doesn't this look like a panel out of one of Eric July's comics right here?
Yeah.
With the great color scheme, blue on blue on blue on blue. You know,
Yeah.
with the kind of generic like
Generic
superhero
July.
action going on there? Hoggers.
Premium 666
Hoggers.
Hoggers. That's
Hoggers, yeah.
doesn't make sense. But you know, I wouldn't pretend to know what the kids say.
Oh, well, I am extremely young, as you all know.
Yeah.
So those are all correct answers that everyone gave. That is exactly what we're saying nowadays.
You're one of the young people I know.
Oh, I mean, me too.
I have to stay on top of it so I can understand my son and speak back in his language.
That's the most powerful way to do it.
Mm.
Like, I guess.
How many people are willing to speak out against this shit? You know, we've seen all of the YouTube channels, all the chuds have lost influence and lost views and lost, you know, everything has gone down except for two guys, Critical Drinker and Nerdrotic. They've continued to rise while everybody around them have fucking stagnated or just straight up started to suffer. I'm not saying that we are responsible for that, you know, in isolation. That's not what I'm saying. But I think we've been part of contributing toward an environment on YouTube that tells people that it's okay and it's good to push back against this stuff. Because one of the main things that we did was we started pushing back immediately against the idea that, like, a lot of people held the position that if you just don't talk about them, they'll go away. And that was
He still hasn't told us what the idea is, like, that is pushing back against.
To build up.
You know, not talking about it it's good for them. They need to be talked about. But yeah, I could be done right now and I'd be fine.
Well then,
just
do it.
It's not an airport. You don't have to declare you're leaving.
So, I'd like to pretend in the Russian Troll Factory canon that was a direct response to the Octopus report that we published like a day or two before, where, you know, AIOC lists all the dramas that it's been involved in. Alex VRB says Billy is the "How do you do, fellow kids" meme made manifest.
I mean, I guess.
Billy, what you have to say to that is,
How do you do, fellow kids? What?
Oh.
What you say in reply to that, Billy, is Uno reverse card.
I guess, yeah. I mean, that guy's old. That movie's old. I don't even know what that's from.
What is that?
You can tell by like that it's not 4K high def. That it's like that's an old movie for like old.
That shit is so last century, man.
Yeah.
He wasn't even born when that came out.
That is not Poggers.
Poggers.
The chat totally believe, yeah. It's from 30 Rock, apparently. Chat. So that was the response, the like reaction to the show from 2 weeks ago. A couple of days ago, we did that court case one, and there was a thing that I wanted to show you, but there wasn't really a way to like put it into the context of what we was doing. But so you know the guy who done the stabbings of those 3 children that kicked off like everything that followed. So here he is, right? In
It's that time of year again. You could even dress up as every Doctor Who ever is. Do your thing for children in need.
I really hope Hugh Edwards got his hands on him before. If anybody needed a bit of the old Hugh Edwards treatment, there's that fucker.
Fucking animal.
So yeah, I wanted to show you that. That's mildly interesting that he was in a Doctor Who thing.
So which one of those kids did the stabbings?
The one they showed.
Have a guess. Have a guess.
the one which they showed the face of, but that was 10 years before. And that's what the media are showing as, this person did this. No, he didn't. That was 10 years ago.
All right, let's move on to the next thing.
It wasn't the time traveling kid that did it. It was the monster that he grew into.
Just gonna do that anytime, like someone. All right, communist news, like the new trend out of China. Like, I don't know if you've seen this already. So this is like Chinese people making their own fake AI videos.
Oh, I've seen this one.
你怎么说话呢？
Not creepy enough, unfortunately. Too realistic.
I think Chinese people are pretty creepy.
Yeah, but with AI, it's even creepier. Neither one of them morphed into like questionable six-armed.
None of them turned into a motorbike or like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They stayed human.
Imagine if you know that film I, Robot, where Will Smith says, "Oh God, poor old Will Smith." Will Smith said, it's like just going through everybody in my childhood is just got a problem. Will Smith says to the robot, "You took the jobs away from craftsmen. That you could build that chair." Da, 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 da. And the robot says, "Can you?" And they could cut that now, and it could just be a chair with like 6 legs and like a fucking carved out like horse's head on one side.
Yes. Marumi says, "Did you see the breakdancing AI version?"
Oh yes.
Barry Gorenberg. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it was ray gun. It's very creepy.
Oh yes. So I got another Chinese video for you. Watch this.
帅哥，怎么了？怎么了？我这汤是吧？吐成这个样子，你自己尝尝。哎，帅哥，要不我们帮你重新换一个好吧？没事，是我酒喝多了，吐里面了。
Oh no!
God damn!
No!
They're now doing better than us.
Wow.
Jabba's reported you, Jan, to the Stasi or something.
Yeah, it was only around time. It was only around time before they caught up with my family.
I saw Candace Owens going against your Argentinian family members earlier this week.
Yeah, it's not looking good for us. They have to go back home soon to Argentina, obviously.
Jabba the Narc says it happens to BRB. It's pretty funny. All right, more communist news. You all know who Hassan Piker is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Billy has returned.
He's back.
Sorry about that. Like, we've actually lost power and internet like 4 times this week. I don't know what's going on.
I blame the government. I think he just
we've lost all our power too.
So they got him.
Oh no, he's alive. All right, Billy, you know Hassan Piker, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so he I think that's
He's that white guy, right? Oh, yeah.
Cenk Uyghur's nephew or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
he was
he's the one that said that. Oh, I'm getting an echo.
No, you're echoing.
I'm
Oh.
echoing.
Oh, come on now.
Come on, man.
Yeah, Billy keep freezing and stuff.
What about now?
Nope. Still echo.
My Romy says it's AI Billy now. Alright,
Weird.
Alright, I think he's back. Yeah, watch this.
Apparently Joe Rogan is more reliable than you. What is this? Hold on. The new media bias thing came out. Is this for real?
So, everyone dunks on Joe Rogan for being disinformation, like that's a meme, and it
Wait, what? There's no way, dude. There is no fucking way.
Yes, it does. That's not
Contains misleading info. You want to know something that Donnie told me? Donnie fucking reached out to the Pointer Institute guy who called me a misinformer on the New York Times. Okay, I think this list is from them. The first time I'm actually mentioned on the media bias chart, they put me below selective, incomplete, unfair persuasion, propaganda, or other issues. Okay. And on the right, I'm under Joe Rogan, like Joe Rogan, Red Scare Podcast, Ben Shapiro, The Ingram Angle, Project Veritas.
Like, he's like really shocked because he believes everything they saying is true, and
I don't like this guy.
I am the equivalent of InfoWars.
No, me neither.
This has got to be fucking DGG guy who wrote this.
This is the kind of guy who says all of them words what the chat was saying, like when we was talking about things young people say.
Yeah. Well, the stuff that he said about veterans and stuff that should die, or that he would be happier that they got blown up by an IUD. Like,
yeah, that's not a nice thing to say.
I'm gonna restart my computer. I'll be back.
All right, go on. Well, Hungry Dunk says his head is smaller than my cat's head.
It's amazing.
A dangerous disinformation list. I mean, oh, yeah, right. So I've got the actual chart here, and he was correct.
Where are you on it?
I didn't make it this year. Unfortunately. But equal to InfoWars and I know that's higher up to Tucker Carlson and stuff like that. Crap there. But there's some it's like, what? Like, how is the Sun all the way like up here? I suppose that is the American Sun. I didn't see that. But the Daily Mail, and look at Vox. Like, Vox is like a propaganda fountain or whatever. Like, it's ridiculous. And then right at the top, you've got actual state-sponsored intelligence groups and stuff. Not sus at all. Have a look at this video. Right.
Car slowly approaches, and the man comes out of the car. Rebecca, who's 10, told me she started to pour him lemonade, and he quickly grabs a jar with their money and takes off.
We already got $40. It was seeming pretty good. And then the guy came. He acted really nice. He was just saying nice, you're doing a lemonade stand. And then he was getting pretty close, but my back was turned, so I didn't really.
That's it. Seize the means of production.
Oh no, stealing from kids.
That's messed up.
I mean, that is the easiest target to steal from. But
They had 40.
What?
I was going to say, they said that they had $40. Like, I'm wondering, like, what the markup on this lemonade is that they're selling on the street. Like, I bet it's like a $5.
Don't you have to have a license to do this kind of stuff?
Mark, do you mind just muting for a second? You with the echo? Is it? No.
No.
Because it is quite a big echo.
Yeah. Alex VRB says, in his defense, he works for the IRS and she hadn't been reporting her income. That's it.
Okay, so the echo wasn't just me.
No. It started when Billy left and came back, so it must be one of us is having an issue. I'll drop out and come back in and see if it's me.
I think it's just when he shares stuff.
Is it gone now?
Yeah, maybe then. All right, so from someone that was pretty like me, what we just saw, that guy doing to those kids. But let's look at something a bit meaner. Like I don't know if you've seen this video this week, right?
No audio.
Pardon?
There's no audio.
Oh yeah, you're right.
She's like, I'm only 16. I was like, give a fuck. Know about me.
It was a pretty well-known fact that he had kind of a network of young girls.
I mean, it's like, what the fuck would I vote for you? If you've got a fit sister who's 16, maybe.
Muslims have the best frame on earth. I want a virgin wife at 16 who's going to obey me. That's what I want.
You know, you said it looks like I'm in a teenage girl's bedroom.
Yeah.
To some people, that would be an insult, but to me, I find that quite flattering, to be honest. You know, like,
Jesus.
Wow.
Jeez.
Oh, this is the one.
All these 16-year-old women or 18-year-old women, whatever the law is in America. 18.
What the fuck?
It's like hard to deny a Freudian slip, like as big as that.
you know, like,
I'm fucking all these 16-year-old women or 18-year-old women, whatever the law is in America. 18?
It's 18 usually. You get married at 16.
All right, in Romania, 16. Sorry.
He
Still not 15 though, is it?
No, it's not. I think in Alabama it might be, but most places definitely not.
I think you have to be related for it to count.
Is so bad.
Yeah, it's from the scare in the videos.
Yeah.
employed or forced, we don't know, to do video chat for him and who knows what else.
The girl you start with is the most important girl. Because the girl you start with is going to be your bottom bitch. I thought your bottom bitch on the street.
That's good advice right there, though.
My first girl was so good, it was easy. You got to get a good one. And you're only going to find a good one by fucking a lot of hoes. I've got my main bitch, my bottom bitch, Vivian. So Vivian here, that's how it started. I met Vivian in Slovakia. We had a long-term relationship thing. I was living in England. I moved her to England to be with me to start doing my webcam company. So Vivian's been with me 6 years.
So he's been with Vivian for 6 years, right?
Because Vivian's younger. Vivian's like 21.
Vivian's 21. And at this point, he's been a girlfriend for 6 years.
So Vivian here.
It means
Yep.
They met when she was 15 years old.
There's a video from 10 years ago that showed me in a sexual act with one of my ex-girlfriends.
You message one other guy ever again, whether we're together or not. You understand me? You understand me? Say it then. Say I understand. Say it like you.
Fucking Christ.
Jesus. What is wrong with these people?
That's summer, innit? Didn't expect to see that on the internet this week.
What a dickhead he is.
Mm.
Man, it makes me want to go cut my fingernails.
Grim Jim says, "What? This guy's an asshole." No, I won't believe it. Nice echo stream. Sturgis wouldn't have an echo.
That cut Mark deep. That one. Hell.
You just got bodied, bro.
In the heart. That one.
Bodied, yeah.
That was.
What we got next? More cases like that. You know, this former X-Men director Bryan Singer, like he's Israel now because he's a pedo as well.
So
Allegedly.
Wait, disgrace. Wait, oh,
Go on, you can have it.
Disgraced Hollywood director Bryan Singer said, "Living in Israel, planning a comeback." That's a weird sentence. Disgraced Hollywood director Bryan Singer said, "Living in Israel, planning a comeback."
There should have been a full stop somewhere in there.
Planning
what
comeback.
that is that's a press release that someone's inserted the word Israel into, like where it wasn't originally. That's my guess.
Okay,
What,
so wait.
he just said living in planning comeback.
Yeah.
So wait, so he said he's planning a comeback. Oh, and they wanted to say that he's living in Israel right now, just to state that home for people. Okay, well, whatever. He's a pretty good director, isn't he?
I don't. No, I don't think so. Like,
Didn't he do like Apt Pupil and stuff like that? I thought he was a pretty good director.
I don't even know what he did.
I only know of the X-Men ones, yeah, and maybe that one Superman movie. Didn't he direct that? You know, the
Superman Returns. One with Kevin Spacey.
Oh.
I thought he did that Nazi movie too, the with Ian McKellen. Oh no, he did The Usual Suspects. Yeah, and Apt Pupil. Yeah, he's a good director.
All right, so what are we sentencing this guy to for his alleged sexual assault of 4 minors?
Oh,
I'm going to
wow.
say 1 million years in the gulag.
That's what he's accused of, or he was convicted of?
Accused of.
He did it. Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. All right, so now we finally got to the meat of what people came for, what we tricked them into with the thumbnail. So Eric July is running a big $5 sale. Like, it's gonna explain to us all about it. Except there's no
audio. Yeah. And an echo. And an echo.
Sturgis wouldn't have an echo.
Say,
how dare you? How dare you?
You're a shit. Bucks, you can't beat that deal with a stick. You can't. It's impossible. So why are we doing this? Pretty obvious.
He needs money. His rent's due.
Yeah, that's like a reason. Okay.
Me and the team internally, because we are moving to things with our releases. We have Horseman on the way. We got Blood Ruth. We got Ice 3, Yaira 2, a couple of other Chuck Dixon stories that are on the way. We got more Rippazines that are going to be dropped. We just got a lot of stuff happening.
That is a lot of stuff coming up that you just said. Like, out of all of them, I think the Horseman is the most interesting one. Like, you know, we've already seen what the others are. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. We should have had a segue in between. Like, we could have overlapped that.
We also have, which is a lot of people internally within the company think that this is going to be a big hit for us. RIPPAVERSE, starting off with Jay's Achromatic Chronicles Green. And that's going to be a...
Yeah, have you considered using RIPPAVERSE to fulfill Charlie's London's book? Has that crossed your mind? Is that good hot dog salesmanship?
Hold on. Number 10. Don't put your money on fancy lettering for the cart and run out of money by the meat for the hot dogs.
Oh, yeah. Perfect. It's one for every occasion. Wellhanging Dunk says his warehouse is too small for all the unsold items. But actually, Alex VRB says it's just because we're all racists.
Big thing. So we're like, okay, with our new format, between that new format as well as RIPPAVERSE, we got to make space. We can't have 50 million different things active, though eventually that's going to be the case. We need to move to better designs. We need to move to more designs and new stuff that you guys can get, because a lot of this stuff people already have. But
like, he is really good at like reframing, like you know, like, he's telling us all the mistakes that he made, but doing it like as a, this is how things need to change. Do you know what I mean? Like, rather than frame it as a negative.
Yeah. It's a, isn't that what they call an information sandwich?
Damn!
That's going in.
Damn! I just got bodied.
Yeah, you got real bodied. You might even have got a felt ear or something.
Yeah, sure.
Felt it.
Like Andrew Tate.
$5. Go get you an extra one, especially if you, I've seen pictures of people losing weight. Go get your size down. If you have some aspirations, go get you a couple of size down. Why not? If it's a...
What?
That's a weird way to sell a t-shirt. I mean, like, oh boy, a t-shirt that's too small for you because you're fat.
Because you might get...
Wait till you read the log lines of the summer collection.
Oh, yeah. Maybe get a couple sizes up in case, you know, you start eating more. You start stress eating, something bad happens in your life.
Alex VRB says, you detractor scum make me sick. It's just a sale. No, I love Eric July now. Like, I'm his number one supporter. I think this is all great. $5. What a bargain. Like, you know, for some others worth $35. Like, it's excellent to be able to get.
Yeah.
So I support this, like, very much. This is exactly the kind of things that the industry should do to fail.
It didn't cause arguments within the fandom or anything.
Grim Jim giving you information about this.
Stop sharing the audio, Mark.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or mute yourself.
Sorry, yeah? You were saying?
Grim Jim in the chat is giving him information regarding the Echo. I think that's what's happening.
I saw a discourse on Twitter between members in the Rippaverse fandom where one person had said, oh, well, obviously people who buy multiple covers and are just collecting the comic books will be pissed, but that's not who Rippaverse fans are. The real fans are just the readers. And then someone obviously was like, well, no, I collect them to support Eric. And they were kind of having a bit of a back and forth about, you know, whether the sale is a rip-off or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem. I was gonna say the problem is the fact that a lot of people have been supporting him because he's Eric July, so they've been supporting Eric July, you know. And then there are people that are buying them because they're supporting the comics themselves. They want to read the comics themselves, and I don't think you should fuck over anybody for any reason that they're getting your comics, unless maybe it's to hate read, because fuck that. But
oh, and he also
sorry,
Eric also this week debunked the narrative of that he over ordered on ISOM #1. He actually responded to my missus on Twitter because she asked him, well, have you got stock that you're just trying to get rid of? And he said, no, that's total nonsense. Like, and so my missus said to him, well, why would you not want to sell out? And he said, well, that doesn't fit our business model.
That's backwards as hell and a lie.
wait.
The only things usually
he didn't over order, but then he's on here saying that he needs to free up space.
No, he didn't over order.
There's only one reason why companies usually do a blowout sale for product, especially like what might be considered older product. It's to save money, and you got extras like what's happening. And way to be like, I mean, just undermine, like devaluing selling collectibles.
Yeah.
Sorry. Charlie's
I think it would be cool if my stuff's being kept as a collectible. I mean, I would like people to read it too, but
I'm gonna cut my fingernails in about 31 minutes.
Oh, I just finished cutting all mine.
It's bad luck to cut them on a Friday.
Oh, I hadn't heard that before.
Piper looked it up, and you're exactly correct. And if you cut them on the Sunday, it means the devil is with you all week.
Well, you do live with me.
That's why Sunday's safe for you. Yeah, no, I did. I hadn't heard it before. I looked it up. It says Fridays and Sundays. Fridays means you'll have sorrow or bring you sorrow, and Sundays means the devil's going to be with you all week. Apparently, the devil really enjoys fingernails, I guess, or clippings.
I've just been downstairs. I've turned to the dark side. I'm on TikTok.
Uh-oh.
You joined the Chinese communists.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wearing red, Mark, so you should be very happy with this. But I've got a history and a football TikTok. That's why I'm in my football top. So I just thought I'd come up and annoy you lot.
Wait till Jabba finds out you're here. This is going to be amazing.
Is he in the chat?
Yes.
He's in the chat.
I bet he's left already.
Careful, he's on fire.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We was talking about the Rippaverse sale. Have you heard about this, Charlie? Like the
Well, get me up to speed because I've heard bits, but I haven't heard it all.
Okay, so you know how ISOM was £35, ISOM 1 when it came out like 2 years ago or whatever, and like £999 million postage like to the UK. Now he's selling them for just $5, like from the same print run, like the same exact ones, like the same ones that people paid money to have CGC graded, like for.
Are they damaged?
No, they're just overstock, like £5 from £35, like an 85% cut from what I read.
Look, there's two ways to look at this. You can either look at it like a retailer, where retailers will slash stock because they need to get rid of it for warehouse space, or you can treat it that if he has done this as a crowdfunding project, that it's not really good for your existing backers. So that's my thoughts.
It's definitely weren't crowdfunded. Definitely not.
Yeah, yeah. His defense is I never did crowdfunding.
You also got to take you've also got to take time into account, because if he had done this maybe a month after ISOM #1, then I personally would be a bit more pissed. But
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. Look, it's to be honest with you, it's a tricky one, isn't it? I mean, do I think it looks really bad? Yeah, I still think it looks quite bad, especially considering how much this thing was. What's his argument for doing
Well,
it?
I mean, there has to be people that are on the resale market currently that were at least trying to, you know, if that was their thing, was to like flip comics, that were at least trying to resell their ISOM Rippaverse comics at the very least for the price that they sold them, or that they bought them at. And this is instantly just dropped that market out of its ass.
Well, I think Billy in the video we just watched though, so where he said something about, oh, you know, like we're moving into a new phase of how we do things around here, and so I don't know. He maybe has a new model, you know, where like you pay him money and you get a comic or something. Maybe he's got a new way of doing that we're not aware of yet. He's gonna spring on us.
Oh, do you know, this could be. I can't believe I'm actually saying this. This could be a rather clever move by him. Hear me out. If he's trying, so if he knows there's a market resale value, but he's not getting any of the funds of the, shall we say, bumped up prices. Is he almost trying to tank the market by selling it cheap himself, so no one buys it second hand from someone else at more than he charged them?
Can you hear me right now?
Like he's debasing the coinage. You get what I mean, don't you, Mark?
I don't know. Can you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
No. Well, now
he can't hear us
Yeah,
now.
so you can hear me.
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay. So
Can you hear me, Clint Fandango?
He's justifying it the way that you said about thinking about it as a retailer. You know, he's clearing warehouse space or whatever. And, you know, it does screw over the people who bought it as collectors who would at least like to get their £35 back, like if they sell it on. But for me, it shows like a lack of belief in his own product. Like, I said product. That, you know, every issue of Overstock that I have is more valuable than the ones that you have. Do you know what I mean? Like, my books go up in value. Like, they're not down. Like, if your books are going down, especially for the marquee one that like launched your entire universe, that, you know, in 100 years people will be like, oh look, I've got an ISOM 1 or whatever. Like, you know, he doesn't believe that it's that. Otherwise, he wouldn't reduce it to $5. That'd be $500 or whatever.
Yeah, that's also a very good point, because if that's his first run and he wants this to go on and have a legacy like Marvel and DC, you wouldn't be knocking them out at such cheap prices, would you now?
I mean, he had to give thousands as well, remember?
Well, let's be honest. When the sale's over, he's still going to have a fucking massive stack of ISOM 1s left in the warehouse that he can't ship.
I mean, Riley couldn't even give them away for free. Like,
no.
What he should have done was package all this up in some mega pack, and then when he does these meets and greets, you can buy a mega pack where he's there, of like a stack like that fat of everything together, and because it's face to face, it's different, because he could say, oh, it's a special edition mega pack for while we're at Tampa Bay Comic Con or something. That would be the best way, in an advertising way, to get this across. Not just do, oh, we're going to do this now, so everybody's bought this, we're now selling it for 1/7 of the price you bought it for.
Can I ask a really quick question? Because I'm a boomer with technology and I don't know much about TikTok, but I put a video up 4 minutes ago and it's got 400 views. Is that good or what?
I don't know.
I would think so.
I have no idea.
I'm supposed to TikTok, but I don't. So I don't know yet.
It's really boring. Don't bother. It's like all the things you need to know about football and the First World War.
Oh damn.
So what did Jabba just say?
He said, "Do they?" But I can't remember what he was saying it about.
See, I told you he needs to make rent.
Yeah, that seems to be it. Like that, it just needs to keep money rolling in, and it keep the business in cash flow or whatever. Like that makes sense, but just I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? It feels like he's stealing from his own fans. He's stealing value from his own fans.
100%.
No, but the real fans just care about the stories. It's not about the money. So I've heard.
Well, all his real fans are gonna wait till the next sale before they pick up his next comment.
No.
That's the flip side, isn't it? That's the other side of it. Is that if this is going to be a thing that's going to carry on, is he going to shot himself in the foot because they will just, like you say, they'll wait for the sale.
Yeah, we're like, well, it'll be $5 eventually. I'll get it then.
He's banking on fans of him as well as fans of his book.
Yeah.
Right? The best example I can give you, I'm stood here in my football. This is the current Arsenal shirt. So this has been out less than a month. Now, because I go to the games and I will wear it going to the games, I've paid the top dollar for it coming out. But if you're just a supporter and you just like the shirt, people will pick these up at the end of the season for what, about 20 quid? They'll be about 20 quid. So he's banking on people that are really, really into him buying it the minute it comes out. But is that fan base longevity for his actual product? I mean, these things, like any other football club, you can buy them years later and people collect them. So it's a case of there's a fan base there that is doing both. But does this project have the longevity? And that's where I would be.
I've been trying to get a Soviet Union shirt, a football shirt with the CCCP on. Man, that's so expensive.
There are places you can get them, Mark.
That's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again? Do you have time? That's the coolest fucking story I've ever.
Play for me. Did that play? I did it to myself because man, that's a boring story.
You absolute communist wanker, was that I do know somewhere I can get you one, so don't be so mean.
Yeah, it's gonna be expensive. I'm not interested.
Here's the flip side of this though, is he's also showing anybody that if they pay for a price, it doesn't have any value later. So even if they are buying it because they're fans of him, if they're collecting it, he's still shitting on technically everybody in different ways. Like I said, the readers gonna wait till it comes out cheap.
Yeah, that's what we're down to, though, isn't it? Is the loyal fan base. If you look at the numbers, like they've gradually gone down, and he's now down to his whatever 10, 15,000 loyal fans that will possibly pay full price. All of the sort of the culture war people that sort of he convinced to buy the first couple before he come out that he wasn't an anti-woke comic book company. He sort of lost a lot of them people. They're not going to.
Plus, comic book fans saw the quality of the stuff and dropped us. So he dropped a lot of people there too. So yeah, he is. He's gonna doing this. He's gonna be down to just relying on people that are diehard fans of him himself to pay full price. He's gonna lose comic book readers. I mean, they'll wait around for the sale. If they like the comics, they'll wait around for the sale. And he's definitely going to lose comic book collectors because,
Asha's definitely right, because it reminds me of like a number of years back when they tried to make reselling video games illegal, and companies were pushing for that because they're not getting anything from that resale market.
You mean like secondhand?
Secondhand, yeah. So So yeah, it's like I feel like that might be a factor where he's just like, well, I'm not getting any money off of that secondhand market. Like I would rather sell one of mine at 90% off, and I get the money rather than that reseller try to make any money. And I even think about like all the because like his comics are in comic book shops, and like with sales like this, it's just like, oh great, well, time to go through and like reprice all the Rippaverse stuff that we have here in our brick and mortar store down to $5 because that's its worth now.
Yep.
I think it's the amount that it's dropped by. If he'd said, "Oh, 25% off sale," it wouldn't have been so bad. It's like you've got you've had the initial people have been able to buy it and then go, well, if anybody else wants it, it's now 75% because
The thing is, if he was selling like second editions for $5, nobody would complain at all.
No.
Yeah, if they were different.
Or damaged.
Yeah.
Like for example, we've all had damaged stock and we've all understood what to do with it. I mean, I ended up taking all mine into my school and donating it to the kids and donating it to the library because they all were interested in having it. But obviously you can't do that with everything because a lot of the comic books are violent. Mine's obviously not a violent comic book. But at the same note, it's like if it was damaged stock or maybe the print quality was off or the alignment was off and you were selling it cheap because you wanted to get it out there. Because, at the end of the day, that's good marketing. You get a crap one out there. People actually quite like the story. They'll review it. They'll go back and buy a proper one and you're actually making more money.
Yeah.
It's not, but it's not. It's regular stock.
Well, I would say there's I mean, I know that he's a businessman, but there are other business ways to handle this that you can do to still clear stock out without it devaluing a collectible. Like you could literally mark everything else in the merch shop down and then say like for every $60 order that you buy of merch, you get a free copy of ISOM #1. So you don't. There's no there's no dollar price on that ISOM #1.
Yeah, you haven't.
You have to have purchased a certain amount in other shit to get that free copy.
That would have been a good idea. Yeah.
Promotional copy.
Yeah, he obviously does not study the art of hot dog selling, and it shows. Business. He hasn't studied the art of hot dog business.
That's the difference between your bourgeois business and your hot dog salesman shit.
I mean, I think that my idea that I just came up with off the top of my head, you'd probably end up moving even more stock that way because you would incentivize people to want to push past that.
Is this overstock? Is this overstock? Can we do we know that it's overstock?
Yeah.
It's not, but he also claims he needs to clear out space.
For my wife, it's not. He said no way.
Because the reason I asked that is because when I used to collect the X-Files comics years ago, they brought out #1 like 20 times for different things. And how they defined them, they were really cheeky, but I didn't collect them all because at the end of the day, I was at school and there was no way I was going to be able to spend all of that. But there would have been people that did. The X logo was different colours. Every single edition they brought it out. So whatever print it was,
that's why.
Color. So if he had just done that and maybe made it so that there was differences, even if they were slightly lower quality differences, so there could be an affordable market. Like even if he dressed this up like this is going to come out as a lower quality, maybe thinner papered for people who couldn't afford the initial.
That was my initial point. That if it was a different product, if it was the same product reprinted again, different in some way, I'd have no complaint.
And then he would be able to prove that he wasn't just overstocked on the same product. He'd be like, no, this is a totally different run, but he's selling the exact same.
Different color. Yeah.
Yep.
That's like when
I'm also really jealous that you have X-Files comic books because I kept wanting to collect them.
I'll have to show you one day. They're not here, they're at my mum's, aren't they? My mum and dad's. Yeah, I've got boxes. I've also got these trading cards that you could only get at San Diego Comic Con. And they are black, and when you put your hands over them, they've got some when the things used to change.
Oh, like the heat, like the mood ring thing, kind of. Yeah, the heat activation.
So you put your hands over them, and the black oil separates, and it reveals Mulder under one, Scully under another, Skinner under another. And
Oh
they
my
were-
god! I was gonna say the one collection thing I was proud of was I had 3 series complete of X-Files trading cards basically collected, and that was my X-Files collection that I was like, all right, I did a thing.
That's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again? Do you have time?
It was cooler than your shirt story, Mark.
Yeah.
Where was this quote that I was gonna put on the screen? Grim Jim 666 says, "I like that any decent on questioning Eric has people like Sturgis ripping into them. These people are destroying Eric," which is a perfect segue to take us in to Sturgis Watch.
Oh yeah, sit on my face, girl.
I know, right?
Was that a real quote by him, or is that AI, or was that?
That
is real.
Actually, him, yeah.
Oh yeah, sit in my face, girl.
No, I thought it was just.
That's where we learned the hand signals from that video.
Oh,
there is like an alternate version with like another like gross quote like that, but I can't remember what it is.
I grew up in the hood, just like Eric.
Oh yeah, that's it. All right. So obviously people have been complaining about this $5 sale on Twitter, and Sturgis.
How do you pronounce that? Sorry, how do you pronounce that word on the screen right now?
I don't want to speak with any authority on it, but I read it as saucy.
What's the other word? Meet your favorite what?
The rest of this sentence says, "Meet your new favorite character."
Sour
I think it's soy Risha.
I mean, it just rolls off the tongue.
Susha, the Irish name.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Could be.
Yeah.
Eric
that's
pronounces
not. They didn't.
Yeah, they didn't split. They didn't spell it that way in Willow. I'll tell you that.
The way in Willow they spell it right. That's not how you spell an Irish name.
I bet he doesn't have an echo, Jabba. I bet he doesn't.
Yeah, I bet he doesn't have an echo, does he, Mark?
Probably not.
Jabba's back. I got to disappear. He's going to start getting horrible to me.
He's come out with some zingers today.
Oh, has he? I'll have to watch it back.
All right,
let's have while you get on with this, because I've got to go get some stuff done. But it's been very nice hanging out with you.
Bye-bye.
Yes, it was nice to see you. You're welcome for being allowed on my show.
I don't know why I'm waving.
Our show. Okay, so let's just watch Sturgis. Let me know if the echo happens. I think I might have fixed it. Like,
no. It's echoing right now.
Yeah.
It's every time we share audio, we'll just shut up.
We're back again talking about the fact that I have to explain to a bunch of morons on the internet what exactly pocket watching is and how to properly use the word, because it seems to me that these guys don't actually know what words they're using. They're basically just regurgitating the words back to me that I use on them, because they get so salty that I point out the hypocrisy where they always want to sit on the internet and cry about.
Yeah. Unlike him.
The more that we watch Sturgis, the more he reminds me of Patrick Thomas Parnell, like in the way that he looks, but more eloquent somehow.
He seems like a bit more composed and he's a lot more professional. Like on-screen presence he's clearly a better talker than I am. I'm stuttering like a fucking prick here, but he just got through that whole thing like without the weird blinking and.
Yes.
Andy's looking at the camera.
I was
Yes,
gonna
I'm
point
sorry.
that out. That like you notice he's turned somewhat. He's not face on yet, but he's getting there. He's like slowly.
Do you think he's watching Sturgis watch and
taking notes?
Hmm.
I have to go. I'm sorry. I wanted to watch Sturgis with you guys, but
Okay,
All right.
bye.
Get out of town.
I'll see y'all again later. Bye.
Bye.
Adios.
If Sturgis is watching Sturgis watch, Sturgis, please raise your camera up. Put a couple of books down to raise your camera up. That would really help with your angle.
Oh my god.
About a black man being successful in any comics when they don't even buy comics, they don't read comics, they don't care about the industry at all, and all they do is suckle off EVS or some weirdo mainstream.
That's serious projection, that is, isn't it? People who don't care about comic books and are just sucking up to whoever it may be. It's like Eric's audience, exactly.
I'm pretty sure in my hot dog book they tell you not to eat while on stream.
I don't remember seeing that one in there, Jan. Maybe I had a number 53. Well, I think I'd unmuted anyway, so I'm just gonna. What I'll do is I'll pause the video periodically and just jump in like as if you had something to say.
Quote unquote washed up comic pro and wants to sit there and talk about how everything bad and black man bad all the time just because the man has a $5 RIPPAVERSE sale. Holy crap, they've never heard of sales before. Man, Black Friday, it's all over. Holy crap, it must be over for every single company that does a $5 sale, or even a multi-billion-dollar company that does a Black Friday sale, like Walmart, like Best Buy, like GameStop, like Target. Oh my god, it must be over. It must be so.
Wait. None of those like places are selling collectibles. He's talking about like cheap shit from made in China. Oh my god. I can't even speak.
I think it means like as well, you know, on Black Friday when they mark down TVs, but they don't mark them down by like 85%, right? Like I don't know.
Well, and
The
also,
TVs
They might have.
what they're marking down is old stock that they're never going to use ever again. It's out of that TV you're buying is an old TV. It's not stuff that people have bought 6 months ago. It's stuff they've had knocking about for 2 or 3 years.
Or kind of like the it's similar, at least in some fashion, to the proposal that I was making. They'll have 25 TVs that are marked off at 85% off, and then everything else might be like at a 15 or 20% off, and that's how you get the people like at the doors at at opening trying to break it down to get at those few items that are super reduced.
Yeah.
Grim Jim asks, who says black man bad?
I don't think anybody here did.
None of us have ever said that. Nobody's ever said that. That's offensive to anybody here.
I've never said that.
On stream.
Let's carry on.
Let's get into this though. So the RIPPAVERSE decides, Air July decides to do a $5 sale for a bunch of old product that's over 2 years old, for things like ISOM 1, ISOM 2, things like that. ISOM 1 being obviously the product that is 2 years old, and some merchandise that came out around that time. So in order to create more stock for newer products, for newer merchandise, for stuff like for the RIPPAVERSE, because obviously they got to stock the books for things like RIPPAVERSE, they have to get rid of old products, and the only way, the fastest way at least, is to of course do a sale. But it's so terrible because Big Bad Eric July does a sale. Meanwhile, he's surpassed all these fools in revenue, and obviously profit, because these guys act as if they know how.
It's always about the money and the profit with Sturgis.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I saw him having an argument on Twitter once saying Eric made $10 million or whatever. And everyone was like, no, he raised $10 million. He turned over $10 million. Like, it's not the same.
Yeah, and it's when you're always bringing up the money in a creative field, it's very showing.
Uh-huh. And it's weird to bring up how much money you made in a defense of slashing the prices. Like, it's you know, look at all this money that we took, like, and now screw all of those people who gave us still that money.
And Marvel doesn't. Marvel and multi-million-dollar companies, they don't discount first printing collectibles of their stuff. That's not a thing.
All right, let's carry on.
I obviously don't. Never intended to find that out. Never really cared. Never thought I actually knew how his business worked. But it seems to me that these guys that are so great at business, who don't run their own business, can tell you how someone else runs their business. And it's such a weird thing how that's what they do. Of course, back this book, Heroic Tales comic number 1 from John's Longbox. Great guy. I would say the best advocate for indie comics, better than anyone, more knowledgeable than anyone in indie comics. But
at Amazon, discover electrifying offers.
Yeah.
God, fix the echo and get ad block.
Yeah. Or pay YouTube Premium.
I definitely won't be getting an ad blocker. That's stealing from creators. That is, like, if you use ad blocker. But you can use YouTube Premium. That's morally justified.
It's muted again.
Yeah. His argument is retarded though. It's like Mark said, you know, if it was like a fucking second, third, fourth printing, yeah, sell it for $5. Like when we was in London, we see a load of Mark Miller books that were like $1.50 each. Like you could, yeah, it was like kick-ass, but they were like hardback versions of them, you know, fucking. And I know it's like a very old comic book, but you know, his is a 2-year-old comic book, but a lot of people, like we said, suspect that it's still a first print run book that he's trying to sell.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
If it's I'm going to play a little bit devil's advocate here, because okay, say he is a comic book shop, an LCS, and he's bought this stock 2 years ago, and they've bought it high price. They would have paid a third of the price, I think it is. Well, once you pay diamond, and you buy a retail, so $35, you buy it for $10. You got it up for $20. You sell 5 of them, you got 5 left, still got 5 left, still got 3 left. 2 years later, you put them in one of those bargain bucket things where you get 4 comics for like $10.
Uh-huh.
Because you're the retailer. He's not the retailer, he's the wholesaler. If he's selling this to people in comic shops, he's actually screwed everybody over who bought this stock.
Yeah. That's a perspective I hadn't considered, like, ahead of the show, like, that, you know, it was in comic book shops.
I'm assuming it is. Somebody said it was in comic book shops, so if it is, I'm assuming it $30 in a comic book shop. Bear in mind, I'm pretty sure, if I remember back in the day, Diamond used to take a third and used to buy a third off. So you would pay a third of the book face price. you could take the hit down a little bit. You're still not going to be able to take down a $5. Is that right, Billy? Am I right on that?
I would say that. I mean, unless they're really hurting for, unless they can figure out that like storing them is costing them way more than it would be. But like that's not how comic shops usually operate, where they're worried about like how much money that it's costing them to like house a few issues in a long box on the or on the shelf somewhere.
I forgot that we already solved this Echo issue like 2 weeks ago, innit?
Did we?
Intended to find that out, never really cared. Never thought I actually knew how his business worked. But it seems to me that these guys that
Like, that's better, right?
Yeah.
are so great at business who don't run their own business can tell you how someone else runs their business. And it's such a weird thing how that's what they do. Of course, back this book.
Like, he does that as well, isn't it? Like, he's critical of Ethan and Shane's businesses or whatever. Like,
Yeah, and I'm not telling him how to run his business. I'm telling him that he's fucking over his fans.
To be fair to Sturgis, he made a valid point there when he's saying that people are telling Eric how to run his business. If Eric wants to run his business this way, that's up to him. But we're not trying to tell him how to run it. We're trying to see it from the point of view of the people who are purchasing this stuff.
Yeah.
None of us have got regardless of how you feel about Eric July, he's done amazingly. I'm sure any of us would have been amazed to have the success that he's had. But we're looking at it from a fan point of view, and we're going, this isn't right. This is what we would have done.
yeah, Billy, look at what Alex is saying in the chat. Maybe fans like to be fucked over, Billy. Maybe they get off on that. Did you consider that, Billy?
Oh, I mean, it's you do have to pay extra to get your balls stamped on. So it's true.
It's lucky they've got the Super Soca Sisters around for. I'm sure that's like in their wheelhouse, a bit of ball stomping.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you end a poem.
Comic number 1 from John's Long Box. Great guy. I would say the best advocate for indie comics, better than anyone, more knowledgeable than anyone in indie comics. But we had EVS, who wants to say, this man runs his business like he grooms his beard. Well, seems to me you're jealous that you don't have a beard like Eric July. It's freaking weird that that's what you seem to focus on. It's a very gay thing for you to do, considering you like to go behind pizza parlors and do questionable things.
What?
Like,
oh,
what? From how he groomed his beard to you behind the pizza parlor, like.
What's he implying there?
Oh, that's a whole story of its own. Like from the Roylup brothers, the incel brother, the incest brothers. Like
we won't go into that. That's another hour.
I'll send you some screenshots.
And I'll instantly delete them.
I mean, you don't have a beard, Jan. Are you envious of Mr. July's facial hair?
Oh man, he would. Go ahead.
Sorry. Oh shit! I just realized they both got the same beard.
No, Sturgis is more Amish.
For sure, yeah.
I don't wear beard because I wear a respirator a lot of the time, so you got to have good contact with the skin. But no. If I grow a beard, it's when I become properly trans ginger. So.
What about you, Billy? Do you wish you had a beard, or like you envious of Eric July with his, and Sturgis as well? Like obviously he's got a.
Well, I already have a beard, but I don't have a shoulder beard.
Yeah, no, there's nothing like I don't think either of them are ugly per se, but I do not envy either of these men, any of the traits that either of these men have physically. No.
Oh, I like Eric's underbite. It's quite yeah.
I mean, the one thing I would say, I am jealous of Eric on one thing. Like, I think he's quite a good dancer, and like his moves are pretty fresh. And I was like, you know, if I wish I could.
2008, 2009, Eric can move.
Oh, dude, he was cutting shapes, man.
I'd like to see Eric July just with the moustache. I think it looked badass just with the moustache.
With the Lando mustache, the thin one.
That would look badass on him.
Yeah, with a red cape, like on a cloud planet.
Well, maybe like a Comic-Con, but I think a moustache. He's got a good moustache growth there. That would be.
Yeah.
Henry Thrun says, I just found out July was an NCAA Division 1 sprinter. Yeah, my understanding is that, you know, he used his black privilege to get a scholarship in college or whatever for being a fast runner.
Jesus.
Well, he must have been quite good if he was a sprinter, though. He must have been.
You have to practice.
I saw a video. He can run fast. Jabba said, finally, someone said it. Jabba said, I like your neck beard, Mark. Thank you.
But it seems to me that
I thought he was going to start Candle in the Wind then.
The way they live their life, like a candle in the wind.
apparently you're downhill as well because you have a fourth sale and a $5 comic. You sell artwork from the cover of Cyberfrog 3 when the book isn't even out yet. You can even sell a bloody variant of a Cyberfrog toy for cheaper than its original price. But let's go talk about Eric July obsessively for almost 100 trash casts. That'll save comics from those big bad SJWs, the thing you've essentially become. How he can even do sales better than you because he gets those printing deals on everything he sells. But my black man bad. Move on, you crybaby soyfield fat F. Because
is this him reading his own tweets? I love how he quotes himself. I hate this. I mean, I love that. I love hate this.
What this last sentence is mixed to like memes here or whatever with the like like government or whatever, and black man
my 3D assets.
But what he's actually written is that Eric July is his black man. Like
my black man bad.
You think that my black man's bad? Like that's literally what it means. And just with the insults, like there's loads of them, like personal attacks, ad hominem attacks, like no actual response to why a $5 sale is a good idea or anything like that. You're just a soy fuel fat fuck or something.
Because this is all you know how to do now is be an absolute clown, a lolcow, a drama farming drama tuber. This is all you know how to do now. So I bring up the fact that you have 5 comics at a low price of $25. You have the Cyberfrog right here where you selling it for cheaper than it originally was. You're even selling preview books of Fearsome #1 for $30 plus shipping, which it'll probably amount to about $40 plus. And then you have $5 Cyberfrog specials of right here. Holy crap.
Hang on. I can't zoom in on that. I want to see what that $5 thing is.
It's a Cyberfrog special, the 90s story Amphibionics.
That's the little
the small comics. Yeah.
One of them.
Yeah. It's not like a 90-page.
No, it's like that
thing. Yeah, no.
Literally like that. It was a freebie.
It's not the first printing that originally cost $35.
Yeah, see, like it's not the same. That's the only thing that Sturgis has pulled out that was $5. Everything else was still expensive. Like,
wow. Ooh. The big bad EVS can sell things that cheap. Oh, thank God we're allowed to pocket watch. No, you fat. This isn't pocket watching. Read a book. Learn what pocket watching is. I would like to teach you.
Oh, I look forward to this. Like, I love
I've
learning
been looking forward to
words.
this.
I would teach all you clowns what pocket watching actually is. It's exactly what EVS.
Oh, should we guess first?
Well,
I think that pocket watching is when you hang your balls over the waistband of your trousers and then put them in your pocket.
Billy's googling that. We can hear Billy's keyboard.
Sorry,
He's accessing the Matrix right now.
I was putting out a work fire. Sorry.
We were talking about pocket watching.
Yeah. Oh, so what do I think pocket watching is?
Yeah.
Oh, it means it's like it's like always checking the time on somebody. You know, seeing what time it is for them. You know, like always checking to make sure that they're correct. You know.
I think it's what you said about those two girls with the ball stomping. Isn't that pocket watching?
Oh yeah, that's extra. You got to pay extra for that.
All right, let's find out what it really is then.
EVS is doing. Literally seeing every single thing, trying to tell you what Eric's financial situation is on a daily basis, and all you clowns literally sit there and just cope and see them mold and listen to this clown tell you nonsense when his business isn't even doing well himself because he's not even getting books to customers and he's losing sales and losing money on each campaign. But y'all want to sit up here and pocket watch literally everything Eric July does because you have no life, you get no buns,
Hold on a
you
minute.
get no.
Didn't he just basically be pocket watching EVS himself?
Yeah. That's what he's been doing for this entire video, innit? Like,
okay.
Daily basis, and all you clowns literally sit there and just cope and see them mold and listen to this clown tell you nonsense when his business isn't even doing well himself because he's not even getting books to customers and he's losing sales and losing money on each campaign.
so those are all things that we say about the Rippaverse, innit? Like,
yeah.
And then they say, no, those things aren't evidence of failing. That's what does it say? That's controlled growth.
Yeah. Control. He controlled it. He decided that he didn't want to sell as many on this run.
It makes sense because of all the storage space that he needs to clear up. That's why he's deliberately selling less every time.
But y'all want to sit up here and pocket watch literally everything Eric July does because you have no life, you get no buns.
I got buns.
You get no buns. What is that? I don't even know what that one means either. Means you only get the hot dog and no bun?
I guess so. Oh.
I mean, and to be fair, EVS is he still doesn't sell them for less than like on a regular basis. Like he doesn't sell them for less than what he charges on the campaigns, because he's even said before like that he doesn't want to screw over the people that are trying to resell his product on eBay. He's stated that before, that he's not trying to fuck over like the resale market. And anytime that he has marked stuff down below what he has charged, it's always a limited time sale for like a few hours while he's live streaming, and he'll be like, we've got 5 copies of this up at my eBay store right now. Again, it's an enticement to try to get people in the door, and it's just not like a blanket of I'm marking all these like 90% off.
Yeah, it's not 85% off, is it?
Yeah.
I think the issue is it's too far down. $5 is too low from the original starting price. It's just that's what's robbing people up the wrong way. If it was half price, I think everybody would have gone, oh, it makes sense. It's just too far down.
And he even charges more than everybody else. I mean, it's like they're like $40 books with $20 shipping.
Yeah. So it's over the amount, and then it's below the amount.
Yeah, he charges more than on average everybody else does, and is discounting, severely more than everybody else does.
Too much. Let's see if
Get no women. You don't go outside. You don't do anything. This is all you know how to do. Is the third just pocket watching? But he will say he's not pocket watching, despite clear visible evidence right here that he is. No, dummy. You don't know what pocket watching is because
he just did it like the exact thing he said he was gonna do. Like
you're an absolute retard. You're the biggest retard I've ever seen on the internet. Again, you are the same person who.
If Sturgis thinks you're a retard,
you
need to check yourself
before you wreck yourself.
You guys need to get clued up on your Ripponomics.
Yeah, that's the real thing. We don't understand Ripponomics.
Lie, the hardest R of the N-word. You're the same clown.
Pardon? The hardest R of the N-word?
He definitely said that then, didn't he?
You're an absolute retard. You're the biggest retard I've ever seen on the internet. Again, you are the same person who called Eric July the hardest R of the N-word. You're the same clown who said Yara wasn't going to make $1 million on day one. You're a
hang on. Is he still talking about Yvette? Who was he talking about?
He's talking about this Tiso.
Who was this rando that he was quoting? Oh, Tiso
the internet. Again, you are the same person who called Eric July the hardest R of the N-word. You're the same clown who said Yara wasn't going to make $1 million on day one.
Did Yara make $1 million on day one? I can't remember.
I don't know. But hold on, so what? It's okay for Eric D. July to call people the hardest R of the N-words, but no one else is allowed to call him it.
That's their word.
I feel like that phrase is about to be adopted, like into the show.
Hard R, like retard?
You're a ho-ass hardest R of the N-word.
Hardest
R.
I need to step in on this.
Well, I've just gone on the Rippaverse website. Total sales, remarkably, 1.5 million for Yara.
Yaira.
Yeah.
Whether that was in the first day, though, like I don't know if it says that information there, especially if it did.
It gives you the breakdown of the covers A, B, C, and D. No sales.
So is that? It's strange because she's a fan favorite, according to Eric.
According to his shorts.
Oh yeah.
It says here. Sorry, it says here. It's crossed the $1 million mark in just under 24 hours.
Okay.
Breaking the record set by Isom.
That's
cool.
Good.
Just for balance, for BBC balance.
Oh, you're being the BBC tonight.
I'm all to be
clown.
fair.
Honk honk, dummy. Also have this clown, little Dax Herrera himself. Eric July is staring, by the way, it's starting, his summer sale tomorrow. Previously exclusive says
And this says that.
limited comics and other dead inventory on March.
Turds out of Eric's ass, huh?
He wants to suck the worms out, did you say?
The turds.
The turds.
No, he would suck the worms out of the turds after they were out of his ass, probably.
Suck the turds out of the worms, out of the turds out of Eric's ass.
Yeah.
That sounded gay.
God, I mean, for how
Down to
much
$5.
pocket watching he's like complaining about, like his pocket watch is fucking huge.
Has anybody ever heard of this term before?
Big brass
Seriously.
pocket watch. I think I've heard it before. Yeah.
Ever.
I'm pretty sure I've heard it. So wait, do we know what it means?
He did say he was going to define it for us, and then didn't. Like,
No, he did. He said it's when you every day sit there and you're watching how much money Eric D. July makes, and you've got no life, no buns. You don't get no girls. But then,
God, that's him to the T.
Yeah, I know. But then someone, that's what I mean. But then this guy says, hold on a minute, aren't you doing the same thing by, like looking at EBS? And he's like, no, you retard. That's not the same thing. And then he says, I'll explain it to you again, and doesn't explain it. Like it's
the hardest R.
Mm-hmm. It's Ripper logic.
Come on, Mark, let's finish this up. It's 2 hours.
The Rippaverse will start winding down in 2025 and will operate in an extremely reduced capacity before victoriously shutting down in early 2026. And I say it will wind down right about the time you learn how to spell starting. Then when the Rippaverse doesn't wind down, you'll still continue to be known as the guy who is a closeted, flamboyant homosexual who gets pegged and blows men at Burning Man. Because that's all you'll ever be known for, is being an absolute...
Good grief.
Absolute gay boy. So I respond to this.
Really jumped up a notch.
Like he's increased his bitchiness by at least 20%. Like since we last tuned in to Sturgis Watch.
I mean, it sounded like he was using gay as a derogatory term then, and all the stuff he accused, all the degenerate stuff he accused Dick Masterson of was like a fucking quiet night for the Susker sisters like a few years ago.
Who was that woman who used to attack CG all the time? She used to have blue hair.
Renfamous.
She would have had a bloody field day with this guy using all this kind of terminology.
It's not very progressive.
This isn't pocket watching. This is showing the hypocrisy. I don't watch the man's pockets. This is not what pocket watching is, you legit. I don't care, nor have I ever cared about how much money someone makes, you brokey. The same...
How can you...
Brokey.
Yeah, and then use it as an insult, like in the same sentence.
Brokey, who has to sit up there and sell stuff in order to buy stuff, who said, I wear glasses so I'm smart, you bald-headed I literally just went to the eBay store and screenshotted it. Read a book, you unintelligent mole. You're the biggest brokey out here talking about you got a part-time job. You are broke as Shut your mouth.
So always about money, Anna.
Always about the money, you brokey.
Dude,
broke. You literally bought Glorious Rex from...
Who sits there and just quotes themselves on their own? That's their whole... It's so weird.
So we've established rippetards don't like gay people, fat people, or broke people, right?
Bald people.
Bald people.
Bald people.
Pocket watches.
This book now it's $5.
Well, you know, Eric is very lucky to have Renowned Zero as his #1 gatekeeper. Like, he's doing a good job of keeping out all the people they don't like.
eBay, not directly from the person who sold it, not from their website, not from their campaign. You bought it off eBay, which does not support the creator. You want to sit up here and talk about broke this and broke that.
This is funny that he starts to use Urban Dictionary to prove his point, but Urban Dictionary wasn't an acceptable source in the pull-up debate. Like, so there's some hypocrisy.
That's hypocrisy.
Time you've ever talked about spending any real money.
Did you say hypocrisy?
Because you ain't got it like that.
Oh,
and
man.
Personally, I don't care.
Oh, man. He ain't got it like that. Man, he's from the streets like Eric.
He is now.
He grew up near the project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the other side of the sound wall, like in the gated community. Yeah.
The Amish gated community.
Care if you whether or not you got it like that. It's just funny to watch you cry, complain, moan, cope, and seethe and mold all day on this app because you are a loser. Monitoring someone's expenses to determine their financial status. Once again, something you
That's something only brokies do.
you do to me because you're mad I called you a brokey because you can't afford a $35 comic. And how EVS thinks.
Bro, I can't afford 7 RIPPAVERSE comics now. Catering to the brokies. You know, I'm coming around again. I like it.
By the
He
way,
knows anything.
But hold on a second. Him saying to this guy, by the way, you know, you couldn't even afford a $35 comic. You bought it for $5. Isn't that monitoring someone's expenses to determine their financial status?
Very much. But this is different.
Oh my god. But yeah, but he's this is him having fun. This is
literally.
You're right.
Yeah.
A fat, bald, liver-spotted like you, literally spreading lies because in real life you would never say it to my face, and I know for a fact you would never say it to my face.
Oh, I would say everything to his face.
I would crouch down to the 5 foot size that he is and say it directly to his fucking face.
My brokey ass would buy him a footstool to stand up on so that he could meet me at my face and then say it to him.
Jabba says he would. I'm going to take that as a sexual implication.
Thank God.
People try to get hard and say, you'd never say that to my face. Like, man, you don't fucking know me, dude.
We'll pull up then.
I would learn a new language so I could, like, you know, give you like a Rosetta Stone version of it so that, you know, you could, you know, interpret it however you wanted to.
As British people, we have perfected the art of saying shit to your face, like, and you walking away going, "Oh, that was nice."
Oh, like I say, it's like, oh man, this guy's quite posh. Like, it's kind of nice. He's well spoken.
The one I always like to do is when somebody says something and I just go, quite.
Yeah.
That's it. Just they come up with something, I just go, yeah, quite.
Indeed. All right, I'm done with Sturgis. Can't be bothered. Like, I haven't been following the RIPPAVERSE stuff that much because I've lost interest, much like the rest of the customers. So has anyone got anything that they want to say or do before we wrap up the show?
I just wanted to say hardest R of the N word one more time.
It's like a riddle, isn't it? Like a really badly forced song lyric, you know, when you have to get enough syllables in, like. All right, cool. Good show, guys. Thanks for coming. Go and subscribe to all of these dickheads. Go and
we will win.
Follow them on Twitter and all of that stuff. Jan, we haven't had a poem from you for a few weeks. I'm excited. I'm looking forward. Show the pretenders like how it's really done.
I haven't read through this, so I'm just gonna. We'll fix it in post. It's fine. Everything's fine. Drama Farming, a satire show for Keir Starmer's police when they come to take me away. First Secretary of the Revolution, we tried them all, sending them to prison and ending their lives. Cutting nails on Sunday brings the devil for the week. I brought AOC already on the show. We need to match that energy. It's a train wreck. It's a powerful way to do it, though. I like to pretend. That's pretty mean. Sturgis wouldn't have an echo. Just said living in. He did it, allegedly. Yan, are you using Ripper? I missed a word out there. Ripper post. Piper, close your legs. The echo is back. That's not what the Ripper fans are looking for. $5 to $35. That's just dropped off the market on its arse. All these fans are going to wait. Don't be so mean. He's a businessman. Sturgis, watch. That got so salty. Oh no, not Piper. A bit of ball stomping, pocket watching. He's going to suck the worms out of his arse. Good night.